Greetings to you maniacs of the minds of Manic Rhymes, and today I'm going to be doing Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin review. So, I'm going to cover what I personally think about the game, what everyone else is saying about the game, and also some things that I would change, adjust, and other things like that. So, got the dragon armor, got the rapier like a casual, just because it's so overpowered. But anyway, in all seriousness, is this a bad Souls game? No. Is this an easy Souls game? There is no such thing as an easy Souls game. So, what did I personally find difficult about this game? Was it the environment, the bosses, normal enemies? Well, I kind of feel it's sort of a combination between Dark Souls 1 and 3 for me. As in, the bosses aren't super difficult in Dark Souls 1. They're really not. And Dark Souls 3, the bosses are freaking hella aggressive. And they are very powerful. And you feel very, very small. So, it was a combination of just like everything that I found difficult with the other Souls games that I made this game difficult. Oh, well, this game's only hard because, you know, you get ganked and you can hoard healing items. Look how slow my health is coming back to life gems. Yeah, you can pop multiple, but that's really risky because a lot of bosses will heal punish you. And this game, honestly, I feel like it has more to do with way more timing than any other Souls game. If you try and rush a boss in this game, that's not going to work. Granted, it's not going to work very well in the other Dark Souls games, but in Dark Souls 3, you can simply rush a lot of the bosses and take a huge amount of their health off, and then just dodge and roll accordingly. Dark Souls 1 is kind of the same way, even though you can sort of just break the game by getting a Black Knight weapon. Get the Black Knight halberd really early, and then you simply win, because nothing can withstand you. So, what about this game? Is there any way to really twink yourself like crazy? Not really. The mace is super good, as well as the rapier, which I'm using right here. Fighting against Scorpioness Nikya. Nikya? I don't know. So yeah, you see how slow the life gems are to use, and how slow they are to get your health back. And that's with every single life gem in the game. And seriously, you cannot just spam R1 against a lot of bosses in this game. You see, I have to be very careful. This is not a very difficult boss. It's just lots of timing, Quelaag clone, I know, memes and everything. But honestly, this boss is slightly... It brings more to the table than Quelaag. The only thing that makes Quelaag hard is her lava and her AoE. If that wasn't there, she would literally be so unbelievably simple. But this bitch burrows in the ground, freaking tails you have to worry about. You get too close to her, she's going to hit you with her sword and her claws. It's just so much to keep track of. Now, the soundtrack. I don't like the music in this game too much. There's not really many songs in this game that I felt were very, very good. Dark Souls 1 and 3, the music in those games are just beautiful, freaking foreboding in some areas. And the final fight with Gwyn with that freaking piano is just like, oh my god, this is actually the final boss. This is happening. Oh, then you just parry spam him to death, because apparently the game's super hard. It's not, just parry spam with full havels. You can't go thick in this game because poise doesn't work as expected, but ADP is the new meta. So if you have high ADP, high agility, you have high invincibility frames in your rolls. And if you're fast rolling like I am, you're basically unhittable when you're rolling. So that kind of breaks the game a small bit. The rapier also breaks the game because of how just freaking awesome it is. It's so powerful, so fast, it takes no stamina to use. You get it super early, low stat requirement. It's the best weapon in the game. The mace is also very, very, very good. And right there, you can see I can parry with the weapon. You can parry with the goddamn weapon. That's awesome. You don't need a parry shield or a cestus. So, all the bad things that Dark Souls 2 players have said about it, or people have not said about it, they only heard the bad things. Really? I don't really see a lot of the bad things. The only bad things I would have to say about Dark Souls 2 is, yeah, there's a lot of enemies in areas, but there are ways around that. Use magic, use fire bombs, use a bow, bait one at a time. Because you will get ganked. That's happened to me. And people are like, oh, well, bright bugs break the game. They don't last very long. I didn't use one here because I don't need it. But it is advised to at least carry a few with you. They are expensive late game. But the whole, you hoard healing items. The game is super easy because you hoard healing items. Not true. There's other games that are super easy because you hoard healing items. Play Skyrim without using health potions. Yeah, no. It's like play this game without ever using your Estus Flask. It's possible, but not advised. The Estus Flask is still important. Not as important as the life gems. The life gems are rock candy. You have to eat them. They look like rock candy. Like, come on. So yeah, here I just kind of go for it, and she dies. Very simple. Also, I love the jesters in this game. It's great. It's not the best part about the game. I'm just noting that I like the jesters, and I really hope that if there is another Souls game, we get more jesters like that. So, the environment design. Some areas I adore. Some areas are a little bullshit. This area right here, it's cool. It looks interesting. There's a bunch of like tricks around you. Yeah, Doors of Pharaohs. There's a lot of like puzzles and everything. If you want to unlock, you're gonna get punished for it. So yeah, the enemies aren't bright, especially this guy. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. But this game, don't let people spoil it for you. If you want to play this game, just go in that it's going to be different from any other Souls game. It's a little bit slower than Dark Souls 1, just the very slightest. It's way slower than Dark Souls 3, but Dark Souls 3 is very fast. And ADP does in fact, like, it is slightly overpowered. Also, this chick sells unlimited healing items, unlimited life gems. And they're not cheap. You say, oh, 300 for one. But that's for one. You want to stock up, you need like 50k. It gets ridiculous after a while. And the little details about this game. When you're running a lot or fighting a lot, and after that, your character is like catching his breath. I like that. It makes you feel a little bit more human and not like you're just some sort of immortal undead. So, it's really great. It's really great that is just the little details. And the fact that dual wielding in this game is just unbelievably effective. I don't do it. Also, I did sort of cheat to get the dragon armor. You could farm to get it, but I duplicated. I know I'm a filthy cheater, but that's the only thing I duplicated. So Dark Souls 2. Is it a bad game? No. It's not. Is it a bad Souls game? No. It's not. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment. And remember, in Trilby, we trust.